Welcome to the garden I've dreamed of, where wisdom gathers, where grandmothers listen, and their voices collective weave hope for generations. Can I tell you my favorite place? It's where stories are told through the skill of our wonderful Sandra Lobb. Can you hear the echoes of their experiences resonating with yours? I invite you to explore them. What a joyous time it has been for me. What a joyful gift we can bring to each other and to the mothers and the children yet to come on our precious home, here on our dear Mother Earth.
Welcome to today's live stream where we are tending our roots. We invite you to consider your own roots as we explore the grandmother's voices of wisdom over the next 10 days. My name is Mayana Kingery, and I've been tending Global Grandmothers Council Network. It's a movement, a gathering, and a collecting of wisdom for future generations. You may have heard us talk about Grandmother's Garden, our private space where we are gathering globalgrandmotherscouncil.org. It's a place to come for healing, guidance, support, and connection. Be sure to click join if you are a woman of wisdom who feels the call. You can do that with other free options available. We have a grandmother's marketplace opening today. It's been a slow process and it's more like a farmer's market than a store. Each grandmother will be uploading their goods and services throughout the rest of 2024 and beyond. And you can purchase from grandmothers individually. So you're ensured you're fully supporting the grandmother you engage with, whether you book a session or purchase their goods. Now, this work is costly and has been a heart calling for many of us who are creating spaces and gathering us together. If you feel blessed by our grandmother's voices of wisdom, we invite you to return the blessing with donations to our 501c3 nonprofit activity. You can see the QR code on the screen that'll go by and just scan it with your camera to get the link or go to our website and click donate. Your comments and shares are appreciated. Share this live stream to your pages, to your groups, to your profile. Let's let the world know how we are tending our roots together so the future is clean and clear for future generations to thrive. And Sandra Lobb will now introduce our guest of the day, Grandmother Suzanne Lewis.
Right. So welcome. It is my honor. I am Sandra Laub. I'm proud to be a core council member for the Global Grandmothers Council Network, and I'm so happy and honored to introduce Suzanne Lewis, a co-founder of the Global Grandmothers Council Network. Suzanne has been teaching and writing about healing ourselves and healing the earth and all its elements from her extensive Indigenous culture and personal background for many years. Suzanne has said that the grandmothers are to be consulted at this time. This is an opening of the gates of wisdom because we are obligated to do so. We are the pattern keepers and the moral compass of our respective communities. Suzanne is a fifth-generation Idahoan. She is an author of several books, notably The Peace Wheel Practice, a visionary healing tool, and she's here to guide us through the 13th lunar month 4 Rivers exercise. Suzanne, welcome. Would you say a few words to let folks know what they'll be getting when they tune in during the 12/12 opening, please?
I'd love to. Thank you for letting me share my passion. I'm known as Water Medicine Woman, and my next big book is Water Medicine Woman, Normalizing the Language of Spirit. Regarding the 13th lunar month, it's a cross-cultural based wisdom, that instead of a calendar, we reflect on the moons. And in a year, we have 13 moons. And the full moon in December, which is, I think, the 13th, through and into January, like the 12th, is called a divination time. It's a liminal time. It's a crack between the worlds. And much of what I share is based on Dr. Angeles Arian's work. Regarding the actual program that we're inviting you to participate in, water is considered the beginning point of all life. Water is life. And in the journey to the origins of the water, which I will be sharing with all of you, it is an opportunity to begin a month-long overview of our 4 rivers, our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual rivers. And this practice will be individuated after our initial training. And through the month, an individual will actually record daily the activities in their rivers. After the month, we are going to reconvene, have another Zoom call, where we will participate in creating a vision board, creating wind horses prayers, creating the burning bowl, because the times right now, we are to heal the waters, and the earth and her waters. Water is considered the original mother. Lisa Luna will be sharing this event, and we invite you to participate.
Thank you, Suzanne.
Well, there's a little bit of a taste of what's coming, the depth of what this Tending Our Roots will be. And I want to tell a little bit about our special musical guest today, Lisa Luna Stravers. Lisa is a spiritual healer. You might say she's a middle-aged tree based in Boise, Idaho, and the founder of Earth Song Healing Arts. For 23 years, Luna has walked beside her mentor, Suzanne, stepping into her gifts as a spiritual leader and offering natural spaces for healing, celebration, and inspiration. As a licensed social worker, Spanish-speaking interpreter, singer of sacred songs, and ceremonialist, Lisa is dedicated to changing the dream of this planet by reconnecting human awareness to the web of life. So welcome, Lisa Luna, and join us as she shares her music, wisdom, and gifts to guide us in listening to ourselves, the great mystery, and Mother Earth on our journey. So welcome, Luna, and welcome, Grandmother Suzanne, to our live broadcast.
Thank you. Good morning, well, good noon, good day to everyone. Mayana and I have known each other for many years, and if there's one thing I would like to highlight is the strength of generational connections and the importance of grandmothers being their ability to hold space for the big emotions and the big journey of the youth, and also the youth to hold space for the wisdom and the truth of the grandmothers that they hold through their experiences. So Mayana heard me sing a song a few weeks ago along the river and asked if I would sing it as an opening and as a call to the tribe that we are part of, that is a global tribe. Children of the earth tribe, rise up. Children of the earth tribe, rise up now. Children of the earth tribe, rise up. Children of the earth tribe, rise up now. Some say namaste. Some say ahoma takwe asen. Some say om. Some say shalom. We all call Mother Earth our home. Protect her, respect her. Please don't neglect her. Yeah, children of the Earth tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth tribe, rise up now. Children of the Earth tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth tribe, rise up now. Some say namaste. Some say ahoma takwe asen. Some say om. Some say shalom. We all call Mother Earth our home. Protect her, respect her. Please don't neglect her. Yeah, children of the Earth tribe, rise up. Children of the Earth tribe, rise up now. Thank you. Welcome.
Moments together. And now I'm going to just turn this over to you and Grandmother Suzanne and your voices of wisdom that you're bringing to the world today on the launching of our Tending Our Roots, the first tending. Thank you both so much.
Well, it's a wonderful day, isn't it? It's 12/12, and across in many cultures, this is the day of the Black Madonna, Guadalupe. And I'm so honored to get to launch the wisdom of the Great Mother, the Water Mother. And if I had more time, I'd talk about Guadalupe more. I love her. But what I'd like to have each of you do is that I'm going to be sharing an oral, traditional, cross-cultural wisdom that is reflecting that all healing begins with our water systems. And the reflection of natural spirituality where the outside nature reflects our inside nature. So all the forms of water that we can imagine outside are also inside us. And with that knowledge, this sharing of water medicine wisdom, it reflects on that Western mind thinks and analyzes and quotes and documents, but the right hemisphere of our brain, the feminine aspects of our brain, our instinctual aspects of our brain, is the master ruler of our being, especially when we're in times of challenge and chaos, ill health. For the truth of the matter is that when we're in a stressful time, we get triggered by our senses and the senses in our face, by hearing, seeing, touching, toning, tasting. And these senses ignite a trigger point that instantly has us check in on how we're feeling, what's happening in our body. And then our Western mind, our egoic mind, gets involved and wants to name it as an emotion. And that emotion immediately gets stored in our heart. So today's journey is going to be filled with the metaphor of nature. I learned that we have to be one with all the family of life, light, and nature. And so I'm going to invite you to be instinctually filled during this experience. So to begin with, I'd like each of you to find a way to settle down, whether you're sitting or you want to lay down, or just find a way to be comfortable. But to begin to feel your feet on the ground, have a sense of your spinal column getting aligned, and a sense that you have the trick of Kuan Yin, those golden little fibers that come down to each of us that lifts us into our self-esteem and our self-respect. And then I'd like to ask each of you to remember your favorite tree in life. And this could be a tree that goes back to your childhood. It could be a tree that only in your imagination. It could be a tree that's in your backyard. And when you first see this tree, I'd like you to be at a distance so you can see the entire tree all the way from the top down to the earth, and then feel and imagine the roots going deep, deep into the earth. Then I'd like to ask you each to give yourself permission to allow your imagination to zoom in right next to that tree. And once you get next to that tree, imagine that you're going to turn around so that you can envision yourself either sitting on the ground, leaning your back into that tree, or standing, leaning your back into the tree. And immediately allow yourself a feeling of plugging in. And then I'd like you to begin breathing. Initially, I'd like you to breathe from below your belly button up to your heart, all the way up into your brain, and then to breathe out. And as you are breathing in and breathing out, I'd like you to take a moment to look upward to the branches of your tree and begin to notice if it's a young tree or it's a middle-aged tree or it's an ancient tree. But take your view all the way up to the top of the tree, and then begin to feel the radiant, glistening light shimmering down, kissing every leaf, needle, pine of that tree, and feel that glimmering, shimmering light, diamond light, coming down through the top of your head, down through your heart, down through your spinal column, down through your legs, where you can feel your feet. And so you take your focus down to your feet, and you can play around to let your toes dig into the earth, your feet just fitting into the earth. And allow yourself to imagine that the 10,000 nerves in the soles of each of your feet become the roots of this favorite tree that you're leaning into. And you allow yourself to now breathe in through your feet. With each breath in, you can feel the roots going deep, 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 deep down to the heart of the mother spring. And you can take a breath in through the soles of your feet, and you can feel that bubbling waters, warm, original womb waters, rising up through your feet, rising up through your legs, rising up all the way to your heart, where instantly you have the feeling of being a high mountain, the highest mountain lake, and reflecting the stream of light that is coming from above. And what is above comes streaming down to the heart. What is below comes streaming up to the heart. And there is clear reflection, as above, so below. And it is at this point we turn everything over to the highest good. And in an instant, healing grace begins to spiral around voluptuously. It circles in front of us, behind us, to the left, to the right, above and below. This wonderful healing grace spiraling, spiraling, until it goes beyond ourselves, beyond our great tree, and is extended out to all of humanity, all over this great globe. At this point in time, I'd like you to give permission to set the intention to journey to the origins of your waters in the next few minutes. And I always have to share when one is journeying Please leave your egoic mind aside. Try to abstain from being ahead of the directions that are coming through that I'll be translating. And be in the childlike place of wonder and delight at what you might sense and perceive. So in my tradition, I have to announce to the ancestors and the angels and the eternal spirits that we want to have a very healthy, safe journey to the origins of our waters. And so I sing my spirit song. And Lisa's going to come in right now and sing it with me. And we go through the original verse once, and the key words at the end is, I am of the one. But we're going to sing it all over a second time. And at the place where we go, oh, ancestors, we'll then sing, we are the ones. So is that clear, Miss Lisa? So I have a candle alight. I have sweetgrass, sacred essences. The sweetgrass asks us to come back into our senses, and the sweetgrass is all about love. And then we sing the spiritual song. So breathing in, open spirit, open wide,
Mother
earth and
Father sky,
sister moon and brother sun. Oh, ancestor, I am the one who broke the chains. I am of the one to heal the pain. Back to the circle of light. Back to the circle of life. Open spirit, open wide, Mother Earth and Father Sky, Sister Moon and Brother Sun. Oh, ancestors, we are the one who broke the chains. We are of the one to heal the pain. Back to the circle of life. Back to the circle of light. All my relations. And so now that we are singing with the universe, I'd like you to imagine stepping from the tree right onto your heart path. And we are about to begin the journey to return to the origin of our waters, this 13th lunar month, the crack between the worlds. And as you take your first step, you commit to be on your heart path. And you feel your right foot step forth, and then your left foot step forth. And you remember to breathe. You breathe in, taking a step, and you breathe out, taking a step. And if you should find yourself worrying if Suzanne's missing some part or if you turned off the oven, Set any distractions aside, like taking a brain mind pack off and set it aside. If you find you can't breathe, then you want to tap on your heart and get your breath fully moving. If you find that you are distracted by a pain or discomfort, remove it. If it's a backpack, leg pack, just set it off your pathway. And then take another step right on your heart path. Breathing in, breathing out. And because we are working with the waters, the origin of all healing, I want you to imagine that this heart path is leading you to a river, a stream. And as you sense, you can almost smell and hear the movement of water ahead. And with each step, you find yourself getting closer to where the river is running. And just on the embankment, you look down to the riverbed and you see this red willow grove of dancing, swaying bushes, trees. And you allow yourself to walk down the embankment, and remembering the blessing of the willow tree, you freely walk through this dancing grove of willows, kind of like going through a car wash, until you come through to the other side, just feet away from the river's flow. You walk right up to the river and you look and see that you can see your entire reflection from the top of your head, down your shoulders, your waist, your hips, all the way down to your knees and feet. Then you take in your view one more time and you look to see if anything is behind you, allowing your extraordinary senses to detect if this is a beneficial helper that's coming with this journey, or if it's something that is no longer necessary to accompany to the origin of the waters. Saying clarity of intent and purpose clears false mirrors. Then you turn and you start to walk upriver. With each step, you hear the murmuring of the river. You smell the wind, the dance of sunlight. And then ahead, you begin to see a great winged one flying from the mountains down towards you. And you feel the call of the great winged one. You see the intensity of the dancing diamond light column coming from its eyes to you. And in an instant, you know that you have been blessed with a winged helper to take you back to the origins of the waters. Like zooming in another breath, you feel yourself right on the back of this giant winged one. And you notice that it's immediately starting to turn around. And so you hunker in. You put your heart next to its heart. You feel your arms stretch out to its wings. And you feel the way it curves and turns around. Breathing in and breathing out. You whisper your intention, returning safely to the ancient Mother Mountain, the lake of clear reflection, the origins of the waters. And you notice that the flight is beginning to ascend. You're going past the lava walls, the cliffs. You're going to higher ground and higher ground. You feel the radiant warmth of the sun on your back, glistening. And you see ahead that as you are returning to the ancient Mother Mountain, that you've returned to the evergreens. And as you pass over the evergreens, you see ahead of you what appears to be the most ancient of mountains. And so you hug closer to your sweet winged friend, and you find yourself ascending a steep, rugged mountain peak. And just as you begin to get to the top, there's this gray ring of fog and mist. Trusting the clarity of your journey, the two of you safely go through the ring of fog. You ascend up and over that tallest peak, coming down, again going through that ring of fog, going down from this highest mountain peak to find that ahead of you is this heavenly garden, this heavenly source of the waters. And as you approach, not only do you see the center, which is like a high mountain lake, mirror-like clarity reflecting the ocean of sky. There's only one ocean. And you, with the help of your winged one, discover that as you circle around the center, you will find that there are 4 rivers flowing. As you go north, you see a white, frothy river observing. And going clockwise, you go to the east, and you see this golden, warm flow. And then you proceed to circle around to the south, where the waters change from blood red to greens, 1,000 tones of greens. And as you go from the south, you're going to circle around to the west, greeted by indigo blue, midnight sky, black river. And this time, as you continue to circle around, carrying that you want to do great works with not only your water system, but the Earth's water system, the Great Mother's water system. You go from the north, white, east, golden, south, red, green, west, indigo blues. And you're going to start to see like a beacon, a lamp going off, a blinking strobe to get your attention, a pulsating. Some of you might hear the call. And so whispering to your great winged one that it's time to land, and you're going to go to the river where you were receiving the message. With ease, the winged one safely brings you to the edge of this flow, allowing your feet to swing over and ground. You walk right up to this river, noticing the depth of color tone. And on this sacred journey, this direction is beckoning you to retrieve a medicine tool, especially that you carry for the sacred waters. And so you allow yourself to go on all fours, knees and hands, face looking into the river that you have chosen. You get closer to the edge of the river, and you allow your hands to enter the water. And the hands are the second mind. They're able to retrieve discover your essential water gift. Hands stretching through, reaching out, combing the floors, the bed of the river. You find that tool that is needed so desperately at this time on this sweet earth. And you lift the tool from the depths of the water. You lift it at eye level and you look at it and you ask, what is this, that my original essence that is returning? How might I be able to apply it and minister to this sweet earth, this gifting? There's a call for balance. And immediately you notice that the beacon of light is now strobing out 180 degrees or the opposite side of the wheel for you. So if you went to the Golden River, that would mean that you would be attracted to go to the Blue-Black River in the west, and vice versa. If you were attracted to the sweet greens and retrieved your gift, the balancing would be to the north, the white frothy waters. And so allowing yourself to now be at the edge of the balancing river, what is called to balance, to make available this gift. You look into the waters and you notice any place in this reflection from your head to your feet where there is fear, scared, a desire to be unconscious of it. You're going to allow yourself to dive into that part of you, as if you're a little beam of light diving in. For many, it might be you're diving into your heart. For myself, it might be down into my very bowels. You find yourself going deeper and deeper into that reflection in the water until you arrive at the place in you that is most desiring balance, most desiring original grace of peace and beauty. And as you arrive in this part of you, I'm going to ask you to reach out and embrace this part of you. Love it. Cherish it. Listen to it. Feel it. And immediately helping that part of you, cleansing it, washing it, feeding it, clothing it, and then promising that you're going to bring her back to the garden where she will be tended well and respected. And in a moment, you feel that zooming action, and you feel yourself back on the banks of this balancing river. And notice where you're looking now. You have committed to retrieving your magical God self, your magical child self. You are now ready to go to the center, to that magical clear lake, clear original springs that reflects the ocean above with land waters below. And we want to give our sacred medicine, water medicine, to the origins of the waters. And in your own way, you might discover that you know exactly what to give the waters. It might be more trees. It might be climate control respect. It might be healing the mother wound. It might be finding a new approach to uniqueness, one-of-a-kind specialties, people. And so I want you to feed the origin of the waters. Naming what you're gifting. With clear reflection, you see yourself in this origin of the waters, from the top of your head down to the soles of your feet. You call on your winged one, knowing it's time to bring this medicine journey, water medicine journey, back to ordinary reality. And so you give thanks to the waters. You give thanks to the mother, the great mother waters, and you ascend the winged one's back and allow yourself to put your heart against its heart, your arms out with its wings, and saying, it's time to return home. Breathing in and breathing out. In an instant, you feel yourself ascending, coming back the same way you entered. You're rising up the tallest ancient mother mountain. There's a ring of cloudy mist. The two of you safely go through, up and over, down through the mist, down through the rugged mountain peak, back to the evergreens, and all the while carrying the water medicine you have retrieved. The great winged one takes you back to the river that you began with, and as you flow downward, downstream, returning to the place of the red willow grove, the winged one safely beams that radiant light, and you feel yourself back on earth, feet making footprints, bringing with you your water medicine journey and the medicine called for this time, right now. With like zip drive efficiency, you walk back through the red willow groves, up the bank, onto your heart path, back to your sacred tree, turning around, sitting or standing, plugging your back into that great tree. We humans are actually known as trees. We are bridging heaven and earth. And what I'd like to have you do is take the next 3 minutes to record your journey. And I want you to start by naming your journey. And then in the 3 minutes that follows, track the journey. Write it down. What do you remember? What did you see? And record. After those 3 minutes, Lisa and I will come back and we'll do that sharing. So begin. And so I'd like to know that you all to know that you can spend a lot more time on writing the details and the symbols and the images that came through. But I'd like to ask that Lisa come back on screen with me. All right, Lisa. I call Lisa Water Medicine Woman, as I am Water Medicine Woman, which is an alias with spiritual healer, circle woman, troubadour. And what I do, let's see, Lisa, maybe you can mute yourself because there's an echo going on. Well, I got lost there. I'm going to, I got lost. That this Four Rivers review process is a commitment to engage in documenting and looking at the Four Rivers through the whole month. And the full moon is the 15th of December through January 13th. And so, Lisa, can you speak to the value of the next 30 days?
So the beauty of this practice, especially at this time, during the dark time, holidays that get really busy, it's a beautiful practice to sit each day at whatever time of day works for you and just be with those four rivers. So you will literally sit down with a notebook, and the first river will be called the River of Wonder or Magic. And that is the Yellow River, the Golden River. And you'll sit in an intuitive space and just connect to the experiences of your day and write down which ones perhaps connected you to magic or wonder. And then the next one will be the South River, the red-green river, and that will be the river of love. And then you connect to the experiences, the people, the parts of your day that connected you to love. The next one will be the blue-black river, and that will be the river of challenge. And so you pay attention to those moments during the day that you were challenged, that you were hurting, that you were met with conflict. And then the final river will be the river, the white frothy river of the north. And that is the river of inspiration. So you pay attention to those things during your day that filled you with inspiration. And so each day you'll take a little time, and as Suzanne affirmed, letting go the egoic mind, really, it is a time of cataloging, but from an intuitive, connected place to yourself. And over the month, you will begin to see maybe one river is a trickle and that you need to balance it with other attention. Or you'll see one river that's flowing so greatly, and then you give gratitude, or you notice the overabundance of challenge. My experience over doing this over many, many years is literally watching your life transform as far as like the river of challenge. New things come in and old patterns go out. The other part that is beautiful about this practice is a deep connection to yourself, to your own inner library of wisdom and what nourishes you. What is your form of magic? What is your form of love? What is your form of inspiration? Where are you most challenged in your body, in your heart, in your mind, in your spirit? And these things give you huge amounts of information that are very personal to you, to your heart path. They're your empowerment. They are your unique understandings and connections to life. It's about coming home to your own Garden of Eden. And these things over time really do produce a lot of beauty and a lot of knowledge and a lot of power that is your own. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, Suzanne needs to be unmuted and me muted for a moment.
At the end, on January 12th, we are offering a closing ceremony. But during the course of the month, you might also want to make a vision board. And some of you might want to create an altar cloth with symbols that come through. But at the 12th of January, we're going to do long-time traditional ways of honoring the new year with wind horses, and those are prayers. And we're going to do a burning bowl. I have made available a document of tending our roots water medicine that is a documentation of information all the way from Venerable Dahani to Angie Ariane. And to assist Global Grandmothers Council Network on a donation basis, you can order this dialogue. But you can also choose to attend the closing event, and we'd welcome you there. All right. I want to ask each of you participants in the chat room, if you would, name your journey. My water medicine journey was called the mother wound. And then if you would, place an indication of if you would like to attend the closing event for us to be able to stay in good communication. And the last thing is the gratitude. It's expressing gratitude to factor that we are rainbow warriors. And one of the hardest lessons I've seen as a spiritual community leader and a woman who believes in the giveaway is that it takes a village to raise each and every one of us, but especially we wisdom keepers and spiritual leaders. And our strength to show up and speak is a direct reflection of you, the community, and you're willing to support us. So may you be generous. And so there's a song that goes, thank you for this beautiful day, I thank you. And then we sing it again. And what I'd like each of you to do is, what are you thankful for? And put that in the chat. So here it goes. Thank you for this beautiful day, I thank you. Thank you for the love of grandmothers, I thank you. Thank you for this beautiful day, I thank you. Thank you for the love of the grandchildren, I thank you. Thank you for Mayana and Divine Love and all the other angels that are supporting us. Mayana, it's yours.
Thank you so much, Grandmother Suzanne. That was a wonderful journey. My journey was an Ankh in the east and a dark blue obsidian in the west that went into the center of it to be a mirror. So I will be able to have a divination tool of an Ankh mirror. I'm looking forward to playing with that. Thank you so much. And thank you all for joining us. Oh, yes, Suzanne?
One of the things, just what you just said, like I've got some thoughts on that. Is there a way through this next month if people have, wow, I had this angst and this, and what do you think about it? Are we able to have discourse with the participants on our website?
If they come into the Grandmother's Garden, it's free. You can come in and we can have a comment thread about this. Absolutely.
Great.
I'll start that. Yes, absolutely. So that's globalgrandmotherscouncil.org. You have to click join. And if you're a woman of wisdom, it doesn't matter whether you've had children or not. That's not what it's about. It's about the wisdom that we have from experience. And come and join us there in Grandmother's Garden. And we can go deeper. It'll be wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Lisa Luna. Thank you, Grandmother Suzanne. And thank you, Undivine in the background. And thank you all who are watching, whether it's right now or later. There is no time and there is no space that separates us. We are all here together in this moment as we each tune in. We're tuned in out of time and space. So we're going to tune in.
Mm-hmm.
Tune in out. Wonderful blessings to you all. Thank you.
The hand is the second mind, and this is a grandmother's symbol. This is happy hands. This is showing that we're communicating with.
All right.